Hey, and welcome back to SYD Life. We're shaking things up a bit this season. We are your hosts. I'm Alex.
I'm Charlotte.
And we're going to be here with you every week talking about things that matter to your life. Today, we're talking about anxiety towards your future and just discussing that, getting a little bit honest, getting a little bit raw. You're going to ask me a few questions. I'm going to ask you some. I'm going to talk about what's relevant and helpful to you. Looking forward to it.
Let's do it.
Yo.
We have been on a bit of a hiatus, but we're back, unlike One Direction.
Okay, that's a band.
That's a band.
Broken up, have they?
Well, apparently.
I generally thought they'd broken up for over a decade.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Oh, they have. Okay.
Unlike One Direction, we're back.
Oh, nice. Oh, they were going to be
We're
back.
back together. They said they were going on a hiatus.
Oh, okay.
And then never got back together.
Yes, and I must not admit to not really knowing them, but I thought they were definitely done and dusted.
Well, yeah.
They are. And so, but we are not like
But
them
we're
because
not like
we are
them
back.
because we are back.
But there were people who were worried.
Yeah. Did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
I actually watched a snippet.
Which
Didn't watch
snippet?
all of it. I was working. My child was sick, so I didn't catch all of it. I saw a snippet. Well, I saw a few snippets. I saw many a snippet of Taylor Swift.
As you should.
Yeah, and
She was, okay.
Yeah.
She was not in it very much.
no, I was going to say that. And also when it was on her, she was always like
She was busy.
celebrating with other people.
Yeah, she was
Wonder if it was
busy.
intentional. Anyway,
I'd say so, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I watched some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually fascinated that you watched
I
some
watched
of it.
the entire thing.
Incredible. Because of the Taylor
4
Swift
hours.
connection
No.
or because you love
No.
American football?
Well, because
Just love the game. Just love throwing a pigskin around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my friends all support a NFL team.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Who's your team?
I go for the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys.
No, Charlotte.
Yeah.
You are absolutely joking. I also go for the Dallas Cowboys. That's crazy.
You're lying to
Our
me.
team is not good.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, I don't follow it closely, but that is my historical family team, the Dallas
Wow.
Cowboys.
Wow. Well, anyway, so then I watched the Super Bowl last year as well.
Okay.
And we watched this year. Apparently,
I'm impressed by the sportiness, yeah.
thank you. Apparently this year was the longest recorded game ever.
Okay.
I don't know if I may have misheard the commentator, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's what they said.
Okay, because I heard it was the 7th longest game in history. So one of us is right or both wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you
But-
fact check yourself?
No.
Classic.
But what I was going to ask
Yeah.
was, did you watch the halftime show?
No, I did not.
Because personally, I was deeply let down by the lack of Justin Bieber in Usher's halftime show.
Okay.
Because we were all speaking on behalf of Gen Z right now, and probably a lot of other generations too. We were deeply let down that he didn't show up.
You were expecting him
Yeah.
to? You-
But he was there.
I didn't realize he was
videos-
still a thing too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
wow.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He definitely is. But he was in the crowd and we just were waiting for
Yeah.
the moment where
Yeah.
he would show up, but he didn't.
He didn't.
Yeah. Who would be your dream?
Any of the other? Oh, I was going to ask, were there any of the other One Direction boys there? What? And that's why we're talking about Bieber? Oh, he's not in it. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, with your reaction, I understand now. Oh, so why were you disappointed then?
Because they have a great song together called Somebody to Love.
Oh, cool.
And it would have been so
Is that Holy song, is it? The Holy song?
Holy.
Does he have a song called Holy? Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, he has a song called
Yeah.
Holy. No, that's with Chance the Rapper.
I know, I just want to talk about Chance the Rapper.
Okay. I
what
love
I
Chance
wanted
the
the
Rapper.
halftime show.
That's what you want.
It was a long lead in, but I got there, yeah. I would love Chance
Yeah.
the Rapper, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you were going to ask me that question, my answer would be...
Well, I didn't know I was meant to. Hey, Charlotte, checks notes. What would you like in the halftime show? Is that the
Well,
question?
now reflecting on how excited I was for Justin Bieber to show up,
Yeah.
I think I'd want him.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that he's like my number one favorite musician in the world, but I
Sure.
would say I'd love to see a Justin Bieber halftime show
Okay.
at the Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, my commiserations.
Commiserations.
Like, I'm sorry that occurred.
Right. Thank
Yeah.
you. So today we're going to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to talk about being anxious about about our future, about what
Yeah.
to do with our life. I've
Yeah.
been there. I am there.
So am I. Yeah. Oh, you are there.
I am
Okay.
there. I am in the future now. Like I feel like the point I'm at in my life is, what do I do now?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool. We're gonna chat about that.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I'm excited to talk about it because I feel like a lot of people also freak out about it. Do you have any?
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to interrupt your question
Please.
because I I think you were offended last time when I didn't ask the question. So I want to recover.
Yeah.
What are people anxious about when they think about the future? What's that anxiety? What are they
That's
scared
a good
of
question.
or fixated on?
I think people are scared to make the wrong call.
Yeah, like each call has so much pressure.
It
on
has so
the
much.
stakes are high.
The stakes are so high. Like so scared. Like if I do this, will the rest of my life be completely over? But I really want to do that.
Yeah.
But it might not work. So I think that our main thing is just like this like decision paralysis kind of thing where it's like, oh, I have no idea. So I'm just not going to do anything, and then we get a bit stuck.
Yes, every decision is critical. Is that kind of what you're saying? Okay. There's no hierarchy of value on a decision. Everything just really matters when it comes to your career, relationships.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that would be like a main anxiety.
Yeah.
But then also, living is expensive at the moment.
Okay. Yes.
So I feel like people are so caught up in like wanting to do something that will just like earn them money. So then it's kind of like doing something that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Even though they might not.
Oh, like they're anxious that I'm going to have a job that I hate just so that I can pay the bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, do you know any accountants that love this job?
Yeah. My mum. There are people that love what they do, but I hear you saying it. Sorry, should have said no. There's not a single accountant.
No, that's better.
Yeah, sorry to the accountants listening.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I think they'd be like the main two things.
I'm going to end up with a job and career I hate. And every decision is quite significant and has serious ramifications.
And I think another thing would maybe be for people my age, because we're different age.
I do understand that. Charlotte refers to me as like, when Charlotte refers to my friends, she refers to them as like, who's that man? Which is really ages us. Yeah. And then she was like shocked that I went to school in the 90s. As if I'm in this archaic figure.
Well, that's insane to me.
Yeah. I finished school before you started.
No. Oh, yeah. I started in 2009.
Yeah, I finished in 2008.
Oh, my.
Got a wealth of experience above you.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. Thank the Lord.
Yep.
I think another thing is that for people my age.
Yes.
Is that we're a bit too scared to like let go of like the childhood, teenage years. And we might not want to say that we are because we're so cool and independent.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was going to uni, I did a gap year.
Yeah.
Because half of me was like, well, like I don't really know what I want to do. But then the other half was like, I'm too scared to go to uni.
Yeah.
But then once I got to uni, it was fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But it's just like the whole like, oh, like if I do this, then school's done.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to let go of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think is your response to that?
Fantastic question. My response to that kind of fear and everything that's going on. Okay. So I think one thing that's kind of building anxiety around these kind of decisions is the fear that they are permanent.
Yeah.
That once it's made, it's done. And that is, and then each decision after that is just another, notch on the belt. Or I'm not saying it's not notch on the belt. It's like another confirmation that permanence is happening. Like everything is permanent, which is just simply not true. Like your life isn't ruined after one decision.
Yeah.
Your life isn't ruined after 100 decisions. A lot of things can be reversed and changed. I think being told, growing up, now in a world where fear really sells in news and media, and there's things like doom scrolling and all this kind of stuff where people are really getting hooked on fear and just being constantly fed that.
Yeah.
And having so much more access to negative fear-mongering content. I'm not saying it's all like that, but there's a lot of it there.
Yeah.
It causes you to think that the world is terribly wrong. And that every decision matters because you are in this hothouse, you are in this jungle, this war zone, and you're fighting for your life.
Yeah.
And like legitimately there are people who are facing that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in the Western world are not.
No.
And so it's being told that everything is wrong doesn't mean that they are. And being forecast that things are going to be really bad if you do this or do that doesn't make it true. And so my thought is to treat when it comes to the anxiety over these kind of decisions and the fear is to treat the fear that you have or the anxiety that you have or the bigness of this decision or the ramifications of these decisions with the same cynicism that you treat the rest of the world with.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's not proven.
Yeah.
It's not verified that that's going to happen,
Yeah.
that your life is going to be ruined if you enter into this or do this. And yeah, you want wisdom, you want to make right choices, but that doesn't mean you need to be perfect and make perfect choices all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like people feel that like pressure to once they like, almost I feel like a side of it would be like once people know what you're going and studying, you have to
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, but I thought you were doing this. And then it's like, oh, I didn't want it. It's just like that whole like pressure to succeed. But like who's actually, it doesn't matter.
Who decides that?
Yeah, who
decides what
decides that?
success is?
Yeah.
Who decides what the right course is?
Yeah.
We certainly can't know with the limited experience we have. It takes time, hindsight, and experience to realize was that the right call or not. Often, and then you adapt again. What you must realize about yourself is that you were built to survive. That you can adapt, that you can get through difficult situations. You just don't know when they're going to turn up. But you have survived everything to this point. So you have the adaptability in you, and it's dialing into that part of, hey, I've made it before. I might not have made it perfectly, but I'm here.
Yeah.
So I can make it through the next thing. That's something, and I've sought counseling over that too.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I made it this far.
Yeah.
I made it. I'm here now.
All about perspective.
Yeah, I'm here. I have proof of being able to adapt, pivot,
Totally.
survive. So I can have a fairly good confidence that it'll continue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Well, thank you for agreeing with me. Yeah.
That is true. Well, I'm learning so much.
Wow, that's what we're here for, Charlotte.
I'm
just to
just-
hear me spout. Great.
Anything.
Yeah, cool. Cut me off. It's fine. No, it's fine. I was actually going nowhere. So
Yeah, I'm just talking in circles now. What about, I feel like I'm just thinking about like what like my friends and stuff when we are like all spiraling together.
yeah.
Like what
the
was
old spiral girls
Yeah, the
walking around town. There's the spiral girls. It's got like a black hurricane around you. Like,
just knock everyone out of our way.
You got
Just
black
like
eyeliner.
run, otherwise you'll get sucked in and you have
Yeah.
to spiral with us.
yeah.
I feel like all our
I've actually heard that. Yeah.
yeah, all our DNMs are just us
Yeah.
being like freaking out about everything.
Yeah, okay.
Everything.
Sounds
But
like
that's
fun.
for another day.
Okay, sorry.
What I was gonna ask about, which I feel
We should get the spiral girls on the podcast.
we should get the spiral
Yeah.
girls on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry.
What I was going to ask about
Mm-hmm.
was when we like, because I know like a few of my friends have their heart set on
Yeah.
a career or something to spend their time with, but then like it's like will be family or even like teachers have this like pressure on them to be like,
yeah. Talk me
don't
through
do that. Yeah, like people, being like, oh, like you're so good you're really smart in this way,
Yes.
but then they might chase like a creative job. Because obviously, like, we can say like, oh, they don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, but it does matter to you.
But it does matter because,
Yeah.
you want them to be like on your team and on your
Yeah.
side. So, I mean, I was very lucky in that my family were like, I was about to say slay. They didn't say that exactly. I've been trying not to say
I don't know
slay.
actually what that means. As in, I don't know, in the context of what you're saying,
It's just,
are you saying that your parents were just like, slay girl? Is that what you're saying?
like just do
I actually
whatever.
wouldn't. Oh, that's what it meant?
Well, it changes in different contexts. Like you go,
I thought it meant go well.
it does.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it does.
Oh, it does, okay.
But my parents
But
being like,
it also means do what you
slay, you got that kind of
Gotcha,
vibe.
okay.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of context in which the word slay can
I
be
do.
used.
Okay, well,
Anyway.
yeah, now I'm learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Slay.
I was very lucky in that sense, but I did take a gap year, which did cause some stress amongst my parents and just like,
Yeah.
will she ever?
Yeah. Will she just
Do
get
it.
caught with the spiral girls
Will
and
she
be
just
more
never?
spiraling?
Will she
Yeah.
never make it in? But I proved them wrong.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna. I will do this.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I know a lot of people don't have that freedom and that
Are you talking like people being told they've got potential
yes.
and then feeling they've got to live up to what
Yes.
people's definition
Yeah.
is of that?
It's like
Yeah.
the whole trope of like the gifted kid
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
And then they get out of school and they don't have
Yeah.
that constant
reassurance
and like approval
Yeah.
and praise. And
Yeah.
so then, kind of like where do you go from there?
And do you feel like your generation's been pumped up a lot or not pumped up?
I think
you can do
pumped up a
anything kind
lot.
of vibe.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of like if we think maybe I'm just all like friends with like a bunch of geniuses, but yeah, a lot of people in my world
Different to the Spiral Girls.
different.
Oh wow.
Actually, I know they'd probably be the Spiral Girls.
Yes, the common ingredient.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that like constant like affirmation of like you're so good at this.
Sure.
But then coming out of school and being like, oh, this world is so much bigger than I thought it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It's more than just
Yeah.
maths, English, whatever, science.
totally,
You know,
yeah.
and like there's so many more options. How do you then
Yeah.
have those voices in your world whilst also being like, maybe I should do something else?
Yeah, well, I think there's so many ways you can go with that, right? Like, I think more about this potential thing, and that there's problems with it, and it's great to be filled with confidence for your life and hope and buoyancy and optimism. That's awesome. We don't want to begrudge that, but there is a problem with having potential, and every person has potential. And I do feel like in today's age, we are pumping people up, saying you can do great things, you can do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard that. You can do anything.
I have now.
Oh, no one said it.
I'm sure they have.
Okay, so anyway, when I was growing up, people were saying you can do anything, do what you love. You
Totally.
can,
Yeah.
You know. I think sometimes potential is just hype. Like there's no proof that the potential you have will amount to anything.
Yeah.
Like in accepting that's actually a great thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I have potential. I could do well and I could do badly, but there's no proof. We actually don't know how that's going to go. And so the relief can be potential. People saying I have potential, or people saying there are opportunities, or people saying make the most of it. There's no proof, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which means that there's no guarantee it's not going to happen either. So you can take comfort out of that.
Yeah.
The problem with potential and being told we have potential, or there's a great thing you can do, or parental pressure on these things is, it may not be what you want to do. It may not be how you feel you're wired.
Yeah.
But it does feel, potential being so ambiguous creates a lot of stress and pressure because you never know if you're there. You
Yeah.
never know if you made it, right?
Yeah.
I never know when is enough. When is good enough? When
Yeah.
is, and because you're chasing and I'm talking to myself here, because you've been chasing these highlight reels or these amazing lifestyles or goals you've seen on social media or in the media of people succeeding, you go, I want to be a success too, but you actually haven't defined what success is.
Yeah.
And so you can go to bed every night not feeling like a failure.
Yeah.
And actually you're making great ground.
Yeah.
But because you haven't defined what fulfilling your potential is going to be,
Yeah.
or even if you have defined the ultimate goal, because you haven't defined what today's potential will
Yeah.
be, you're not getting a sense of mastery. You're
Yeah.
not getting a sense of I'm making progress.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have that, you start to, you're probably going to feel like a failure. Because
Yeah.
it's like, well, I don't feel like I'm winning. So what's the alternative? I'm failing.
Yeah.
And it's probably not true. You just haven't given yourself a more achievable, immediate goalpost.
Yeah.
They're my thoughts
So-
anyway. Yeah.
Would you say having like an immediate goalpost would be a good option?
I think it'd help breaking it down.
Yeah,
You know, read
totally.
something like Atomic Habits, James Clear, breaking down that you're putting votes in towards the identity you want to be. And they're usually smaller, but then you're actually winning and
Yeah.
keeping momentum, and it's got an exponential effect. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. It's
They're
good
just my
advice.
thoughts. Yeah. Do you like how I say thoughts?
Did you say
Yeah, you didn't pick up the first time. Just wanted
Did
to
you
pick
say
up.
it twice?
Yep.
I did not hear it the first
Yeah.
time.
That's fine. Your job is to keep this podcast moving, so I understand that you weren't fully listening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm elsewhere.
Yep.
Did you know I'm seeing Taylor Swift this weekend?
This weekend? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But she was at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Hey, she made it.
I know.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, she made it with
Yeah.
time to spare.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hey, I actually have some Taylor Swift news.
Please.
Did you see that she is suing a guy who was publicising her private jet
Yeah.
itinerary?
Yeah. I know.
That's all I have.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
That's always followed her around.
Yeah. I
But
think it's publicly
she's never-
accessible information.
Yeah,
but
she's never sued people for it.
it was a cease and desist. I apologise. She didn't
Oh.
sue. Cease and desist, which means stop it.
Stop it.
Yes, stop it.
Wow.
See, legally
Can
for
just,
stop
like,
it.
Sorry, a bit
Yeah.
of a sidetrack, everyone.
Yeah.
Can anyone just file a cease and desist for anything ever? Or do you have to have like some...
Now, I've got to let you know, Charlotte,
not that I'm looking to do that.
numerous years of legal study has caused me to not know the answer to that. So I had no idea.
Because you don't hear them come up very often.
You don't hear cease and desist?
No.
You're in the wrong circles, girl. I'm getting them all the time. I wish the spiral girls would cease and desist spiraling. That's what I wish. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. We don't. Well, we probably do like to spiral. Hey.
Yeah, sure.
Gives us a
right.
common ground.
A shared suffering. What I like to call, and this may be offensive,
That's okay.
a pity party.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it a bit of a pity party sometimes? Yeah. Why does it always rain on me? Yeah.
Well, not all the time.
No, totally.
Sometimes.
Totally.
I guess it does happen.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I mean, you were crying before this podcast started.
Cool. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So you're talking about anxiety over the future, and you're talking about the weight of that decision. How would you counsel or advise or encourage someone to handle the weight of the decisions you've got to make? And they are important ones, especially when you're younger. Which uni you're going to go to, who you're going to hang out with, which relationships you're going to enter. What have you found working, and what would you say?
I'm always on team, like, just pick something.
Cool.
I'm always just like, we've got to start.
Great.
Because personally, nothing annoys me more when people are just like freaking out, but like haven't done anything about it. And I mean, I do the same thing, but it just I'm always just like, let's just, write a list of priorities or whatever it is, but just to we just got to start. We got to start somewhere with something, and we can fix it later.
Yeah.
It's like the ask for forgiveness, not permission. Instead of
Instead of the other way around. Yeah. Just do something.
Yeah,
cool.
just do. That's always my advice for people to just let's go.
Yeah, cool.
Let's start something, because that's the scary bit. It's like it's the taking the leap.
Yeah.
But then it's always fine.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, there would be cases where it's not, but it'll be okay.
But you can adapt.
Yeah,
like you
can
have.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's
making a gap year was a huge mistake for you, but you adapted. Oh, it wasn't.
Best thing I've ever done.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was misreading the whole thing.
No, I
was just speaking on behalf of your parents.
I loved my gap year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, just like because it's a good example of I deferred a semester because I was like, I just need time to relax. I graduated in COVID.
Yeah, sure.
So thoughts and prayers for me, please.
Yeah.
So last years of school were absolute a waste of everyone's time. They sucked.
Sure.
And so then I was like, I just physically could not imagine learning anything else. I don't want to go straight into uni. Yeah. And so then I deferred, but then it got to the time where I needed to start. So I deferred again.
Yeah.
And then by that point I was like, I should have probably just started.
Okay, sure.
But that would have meant that I was in a different uni and everything was different.
Yeah.
But just starting is so important. So that's
I like it.
That's what I encourage people
cool.
with.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Because it's that or nothing.
Yeah,
and
you're just stuck
in the
analysis paralysis. Yep.
Stuck in the same spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. I like it.
Back to me.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
How can we tell the difference? I feel like this is still something that people struggle with, but in terms of how do we tell the difference between doing something post school or anything ever? How do we tell the difference between doing something that we want to do and then doing something that we're told to do?
Yeah.
How do we differentiate society's
do you feel like there's pressure
expectations?
Happening? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wow.
Because
what a big question.
Yeah. Because it can be in the really, really small things. Everyone starts wearing these exact shoes.
And is that a thing that happens?
Yeah. Harry Styles,
can I ask you about
a member
them?
of One
Can I ask
Direction,
you
all
about
these. Yeah.
I hope they get back together.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about the shoes?
Yeah.
And we're friends, so I hope I don't make you
Are
insecure.
You gonna
no.
Comment on the squeak?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
Fliss would hate the squeak. It's my wife. Yeah.
I can never sneak up on anyone. Anyway.
Yep. You can't sneak up on anyone because you're just a spiral with the spiral girls, and it's the hurricane sounds coming all the time.
Yeah.
So, no, the shoes. So these are trendy, are they? I knew they must be.
Yeah. Because I wore them.
Well, yeah. No, that's actually true.
Yeah.
There must have been a thing about it. But they look like indoor soccer shoes to me. Yeah. So, you know how before I asked you, hey, Charlotte, did you change your outfit? It's because, yeah, I know. But because I was when I saw them the first time, I was they look like indoor soccer shoes. And so I withheld. And then I saw them a second time and I thought, man, they look like indoor soccer shoes. It must be a scene. There must be a scene about indoor soccer. And And then I couldn't resist the third time live on air. So I decided to ask you then. So indoor soccer is a thing or something else?
Just Adidas.
Gotcha.
There's like the Specials, the Gazelles, the Sambas, and just like the more ugly the colorway, the better.
Okay. And the more indoor soccer kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, futsal vibe.
Yeah, like it's like the uglier the better kind of
Cool.
is the thing with
Man,
them.
nice.
Yeah.
I would have killed it in this time. You know, yeah. Cool.
With the shoes or just in general?
I used to wear my school sport shorts out.
Oh my gosh.
Not ironically. They were just the shorts I had.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That would have gone down well for you, I'm sure.
It didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't.
To bring it back,
Yeah,
like I bought these shoes
Yes.
3 years ago. I would have said they are revolting.
Yeah. I would never say that,
Yeah.
but I would say they
Look like
obviously
indoor
look
soccer shoes.
yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I have them and I want
Yeah.
more.
Ah.
Yes. So like that on a larger scale,
Yes.
did I want these or did I not want
there was a societal pressure to get these.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I've lost track of the question that you asked me, and I think because it's so big, can you ask it again?
How can
What do you
we
wanna discuss?
How can we tell the difference between that pressure from the world and like what we
Okay.
what our purpose
yeah, I
in
know.
life
I
is.
have ideas. I don't know the answer, but
Sure.
well, I think there's got to be really at the core. There's the vision of who I want to be. So who do I want to be? And then that doesn't really matter
Yeah.
if there's societal pressure or other pressure. I know who I want to be. But then it comes back to who am I as well. So identity. I think really building more and more security in who you are.
Yeah.
Not who someone's told you to be. Like if you are a kid that's going to wear sports shorts, like probably stop once you're 18 because it's
Even
weird.
before that, it's
Yeah, no, fair. Never wear sports shorts. I do regret it. But my point is, if you choose who you are going to be, and now on saying that, identity is not the be all and end all, but what really helps you through these is deciding who you are going to be.
Yeah.
What are my values? What's important to me?
Yeah.
And they can be informed. They can be informed by pressures. They can be informed by other sources. They can be informed by beliefs. They can be informed by experiences. They can be informed by communities. I'm not saying that you make them up yourself, and I'm not saying individualism is the paramount goal. But knowing your identity is important. Knowing who you are and allowing the right things to shape that.
Yeah.
That's probably going to help you navigate those, there's a pressure on for me. Like I will never, no, I won't say never, but I probably won't ever wear indoor soccer shoes out again, except unless I'm playing indoor soccer.
Sure.
But there might be, like, because I just know who I am.
Yeah.
So, sorry for the drive-by, but
That's okay.
but there are other things. I just know there's just certain things I'm not going to participate in. I'm not going to listen to.
Yeah.
Not because I'm trying to be closed-minded. I just know my identity.
You know your
I know my
identity.
values.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can shift and they can modify, but it's not. I'm not
Yeah.
going to allow that pressure to define and decide who I'm going to be and where I'm going to go.
Yeah, that's so good. In terms of like knowing
Yeah.
your identity,
Yeah.
values, stuff like that.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's so hard to do that. I feel because there's information everywhere.
Yeah.
We're being told to be a million different things.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
how do we look through all the like murkiness? You know, like do you have any tips on that, or is it just like?
Well, as I think there's some great merits in even just temporary minimalism in so far as like cut
like
back on
putting your
things.
phone on black and white mode.
Yes, but it's back on color mode because I want to see pictures of my daughter.
Yeah,
but
sure.
yeah, that's okay. Firstly, that is the outworking of it. But the more fundamental one is I'm just not on social media.
Yeah.
So that makes it really easy for me to not get as distracted
Totally,
and
yeah.
not take in as much information.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what everyone should do, but getting minimalist for a season to work out what you value,
You are and what-
and then so for me that when those things occur, because of my faith, that's going to involve me removing a fair few things that are distracting me and going to the things I value. I like to read the Bible. I like to be in church. I like to hang out with mates that have similar values. So I like to just be reminded of that or talk through those issues.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, that kind of thing. You're right. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah.
Cutting and then pursuing the things that you know are right.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy answer.
So you knew the answer. No. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I think the thing that is hard for, because it would be easy to just not be on social media.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, I feel like I speak on a lot of people when we're saying we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I totally, yeah.
But I mean,
I'm not saying people should.
No.
Yeah, I mean, your life will be better, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, totally. So yeah, I think we just need to activate that self-control muscle.
Or you ought to moderate it. Yeah, like one of the guys I love, his name's Cal Newport, talks about like, okay, well, if you're not going to cut social, go slow social.
Yeah.
Get some more parameters in place. Boundaries help you.
Yeah.
They don't harm you. They help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the bowling alley.
You're talking about the gutters?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the gutters that pop up, like for the kids?
Use them every
Well, they
time.
certainly help you.
They certainly help me, yeah.
Oh, you ought to graduate. But,
but
yes,
they help.
They do help. They keep you on the aisle.
Yeah.
And that's what boundaries can do, yeah.
So yeah, totally. And I think like
Great analogy.
personally for me, it's like I'm in that era of
Okay.
my life where it's like, okay, when it's time to
Put some boundaries in place.
really be like,
oh, okay.
what's first?
Because otherwise you're a passive. Well, you still talking?
No, that's all. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to cut your big point though, because you put your arm up first. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
I've forgotten what I said.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So have I. No, so if you're passive, if you are not active, if you're not proactive, if you don't make predetermined decisions about the things that are important to you, you won't make them in the moment.
No.
And so they'll get bowled over and then you wonder, why am I this person that I don't like?
Yeah.
Because you haven't been making proactive, or one of the reasons might be you haven't been proactive or making predetermined decisions that are about things that are important to you.
Yeah.
Put the bumpers up in the gutter lane.
Yeah.
And then you won't find yourself in the gutter as
and
much. Like if you throw the ball too hard, you might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, I have no trouble believing that.
Yeah, and you can refine them and whatever.
Absolutely.
That's what we're saying.
You are an unfinished product.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay.
It's true.
Yeah. It's a validation.
It's a good
validation
thing.
for you.
It's a good thing. I love being unfinished.
Yeah.
Because
if you want to wear futsal shoes out, you can.
Because I never want to be finished.
Yep, cool. You want to keep growing? I resonate with that. I resonate with that.
I saw something the other day of a public figure and it was a slideshow of them and it was saying like they were mature age. They're deceased now. But it was like you're old for so long. And it was like going through like the decades and it was like you are old for so long. So now's the time to be young and to be unfinished and Yeah.
But I would even say, because I think you view me as old, so I don't want to be I don't want to be blocked. I'd also say I'm unfinished, very unfinished.
Yeah.
Tremendously unfinished.
Please.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, yeah.
But even like I like say to like young even people that are younger than me, if you can believe it.
I can, yeah. It's you that can't believe I'm this old. Yeah, I can believe you're young. Yeah.
That like it's just like we need to enjoy our time. I remember being like 13, being like I cannot wait to be this old.
Yeah,
and then it's like you're kind of inching closer and closer.
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
Aging isn't something that you should be upset with.
Yeah.
Gosh, we've sidetracked, haven't we?
No, we're
it's
good.
Okay.
It's probably the stakes aren't as high as you are envisioning.
Yeah.
That there's actually quite a comforting thought in the realm of the entire world. You're mostly insignificant.
Yeah.
No one really cares what I'm doing.
No.
I'll tell you this because I was on social media for a long time, and then when I went off it, no one really noticed. And I went, okay,
there it is.
I'm not that significant. People aren't thinking about me.
You know what? What you should have done is you should have
announced it.
You should have put a little story up saying,
I'm going.
Real ones know I'm.
Oh wow, that's the thing.
Hit me up if you need me.
Okay. I should have done that. And what's sad, I did. No, I didn't. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not that significant. Totally. And so sometimes, especially being on social media so much, is you think you have a platform and then people are watching you. And so you think people really care.
Yeah.
And I mean this in the most encouraging way. There are people who care about you, but not everyone cares about you.
No.
And so not unless you are Taylor Swift, like not everything you do is going to impact everyone and everyone's going to have an opinion on it or see it. So you have some room to fail as you learn to grow.
Yeah, and
you have a lot of room to fail.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah,
thank goodness for that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good place to be.
Yeah.
To just be left to figure things out. And I mean, people will speak into your life and blah, blah, blah. But, Well, I have a fun segment for us.
Okay.
It's not what I originally said we were going to do, though.
Oh, okay,
but
great.
You don't have to do anything. It's fine. So I thought something would be fun where I'd ask ChatGPT what he thought.
Okay.
So I asked ChatGPT which if you don't know is an AI robot.
Do you reckon there's someone watching or listening to this that doesn't know ChatGPT?
Probs not.
Well, I'm
but
glad you
there
explained it.
could be.
Well, I guess some people...
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
It's artificial intelligence speaking to us.
I hope you're right.
Same, because...
I just want to say the word language models in case there's someone out there.
Language models, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But I asked it to tell a Gen Z person how to decide what to do with their life.
Yeah.
And it's given me 14 things, so we don't have to go through all
Wow,
of them.
that's a lot.
But I was laughing my head off at these.
Okay,
Number one, the title is Vibes.
Really cool.
Yeah.
This sounds like something I would try to write to you.
Amazing.
Cool. You gotta have vibes.
Okay, I honestly
Yeah.
can't even say this sentence without like physically cringing. Choose what gives you those lit vibes and makes you feel
Wow.
alive. So
Very good. Yeah.
there's that.
Give you lip vibes. Yeah.
Gives you lit vibes.
If you, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what lit means?
It's lit. That's what you say. It's lit. No, I don't know what lit
Yeah.
vibes mean. I'm gonna have a go.
Yeah.
It's lit. Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know either in this context. But whatever makes you feel alive is what it says. So
Okay.
if
Cool.
we can just use context
Yeah.
clues there.
Love.
I can't. Number 2 is passion. It's right.
Yeah.
It's correct. Find what you're totally obsessed with and what makes you say, I can't.
Go on.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So bad.
You know how it's
So bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Anyway, I don't fully agree with the passion thing either. Sometimes.
really?
Yeah.
What do you,
Yeah.
yeah, interesting.
Can I speak into that?
Please.
Well, and I would be informed and shaped by this from Cal Newport again on his book "So Good They Can't Ignore You," and he pretty much calls it the millennial passion hypothesis, talking about
Sure.
follow your passion, and then all these people quit their jobs where they were building career capital,
Oh,
and then they go and
totally.
pursue like I am going to now run a shelter for dogs, but they live in a town with cats. So
Yeah, it's like-
but it's my passion.
I saw something interesting the other day because there was in 2020 like this spurt of influencers because we were all on our phones
Yeah,
so much
sure.
more. And then they like all moved to LA and they all
Yeah.
sold their souls to Hollywood and then it's like, it's over. Like it's done. It's
Yeah.
like they dropped out of school.
Yeah. So
And so it's like, oops, so you're right there.
So passion is important. I'm not saying don't not enjoy your life.
Yeah.
But
Just think about
there
it.
are other things at play. You don't just want to work in your passion or do your passion.
Yeah,
You
totally.
actually want something more important. You might want
Yeah.
flexibility in your life. You might want, and there's a job that you don't love, but it gives you flexibility.
Yeah.
You might want something that doesn't, that pays you a great amount of money. Might not be that good, but if you just want a lot of money, then that's going to help.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We should call
So you can tell ChatGPT,
We should call them
I
up
disagree.
and say,
this guy
"Next."
disagrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do another one.
Lit.
I'll skip to number 4, which is authenticity.
Cool.
It says keep it, and then it has the 100
Ooh,
emoji.
Yeah.
with
Keep it
the
100.
underlines.
Does that?
And
I actually
then-
don't get that context.
And stay
Yeah.
real, no faking allowed.
Yeah, cool.
So when you're choosing what to do with your life,
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT is saying keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
What does keep it 100 mean?
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it
Yeah.
no faking allowed is what it's saying.
Yeah, sometimes you got to fake it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
'cause
you think?
If you don't feel
what-
like, if you wake up tired, you got to get to work, baby. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Mhm.
Ain't that the truth? This is a really good one for
Okay.
me personally. FOMO. Don't let FOMO mess with your vibe.
Cool.
Do you know what FOMO means?
Come on, mate. FOMO was my generation.
Really?
Yes. Fear of missing
More
out.
than you know what I learned the other day?
Yeah.
Not the other day, maybe like last year. WWJD. I didn't know what that meant.
That is insane. You are a
Someone
child.
we have in our kitchen, our staff kitchenette thingy,
Yeah.
a piece of paper, and someone wrote WWJD, and I was like, "What's that?" It would. Do you
I
have
mean,
to
it's
tell-
kind of passive aggressive in the kitchen. So we can unpack that later. Because yeah, it's a bit PA, isn't it? Yeah, bit passo. I'm
but
just
I-
trying to say the word that you would understand.
I learned that it means what would Jesus
Jesus do? Yes, yeah. Fear of missing out.
Fear of
Yeah.
missing out because I'm
Yeah.
totally with that.
getting over it? Do you have FOMO?
I have FOMO
Yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah.
time, but then I'm also like, I just want to be at home by myself. So
Yeah.
it's a balance. And you know what? You have to keep balance. You have to work hard
Yeah.
and play hard.
Yeah, yeah, great. Thank you, ChatGPT.
Yeah, FOMO's real for me. FOMO's real for me. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
all often.
I've had it in the past. Yeah,
But it's
sometimes.
never in a high stakes situation.
Sure.
Not like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the wrong thing with my life. I'm missing out on what that person's doing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Sure.
But I'm sure some people would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
would
know
have.
me. Yeah. Like.
Yeah. Let's do one more.
Okay.
Do you want to pick either between tech savvy, sustainability, community, and purpose? Which would you like to hear?
Not the sustainability one.
Okay. Gosh. Community. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Because I love my community.
Yeah.
Build a dope community of peeps who
Dope.
vibe with
Yeah.
your energy.
You. That is cool. I've heard you say that. That is
Dope.
more. Yeah. You go.
I have
What is
never
up, my
said
dope people? Yeah. I, honest to God, have heard you say that. And so you would agree with that.
I would more likely wear indoor soccer shoes outside.
Okay. I just want to break something to you. That is what you're doing right now.
Do you remember when people would wear the necklaces that said dope on them?
No.
Well, anyway, if you remember one thing, guys,
Yeah.
just remember to build a dope community
Yes.
that vibe with your energy.
Yes.
And
I'm glad to have that.
Yeah. If you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it. That's all we have for you guys today.
Okay, cool.
SYD Life is a podcast produced by C3 SYD. Find us on our website at c3syd.church. And for more clips and content, follow SYD Life on Instagram and TikTok at syd.life_. See you next time.